Good afternoon, Saitlanders. How are you? We hope that you're well. How's this? It's a classic. It never ends with these mamparas. News 24, 15th of October, written by Sipho Masondo, Azara Karim, and Peter du Toit. Exclusive. ANC runs kickback scheme among ambassadors and diplomats, senior officials tell Zondo. So this is obviously from the Zondo Commission of Inquiry into State Capture. Don't get me started. I have an issue with this Commission of Inquiry into State Capture because anybody who knows anything knows that this phenomenon of state capture goes all the way back to 1994. It began at the very least, excuse me waving my finger, but this really, it makes me cross, man. It makes me cross that so many people that I know and love, I'm pouring some water here, get suckered by this straw man argument or by this red herring in which everybody's attention is attracted to this outstanding, exceptional idea that there was state capture during Jacob Zuma's tenure as the President of South Africa, when in fact, that's completely misleading. When in fact, there is overwhelming evidence that the same phenomenon was occurring as far back as the, what do you call this thing? The arms commission, arms procurement. When we bought the submarines, the frigates and the Gripen jets. And it didn't, there was no hiatus in between. That I can assure you. Anyway, so let's leave aside my own personal proclivities and obsessions and carry on with the article. So it reads, the ANC has been rocked by explosive allegations that it is soliciting kickbacks from South Africans appointed to diplomatic and ambassadorial positions overseas. Tasty cool water. The allegations are contained in a hard-hitting letter by senior bureaucrats at the Department of International Relations and Cooperation, requesting the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into allegations of state capture to probe claims, among others, that the appointment of career diplomats and ambassadors is tainted with corruption and patronage. The letter, dated the 9th of October, was authored by Francis Molloy and Nyamego Goso, both employed by the Department of International Relations and Cooperation. So what is the point of discussing this, or doing a video about this? The point is to remind you, without being prophets of doom, without excessively or unfairly or hyperbolically, that is to say in an exaggerated way, to remind you that the African National Congress, South African Communist Party Alliance, and the government composed by it, and the state composed by, as they insist on calling it, the cadres of that ANC, deployed cadres of that African National Congress, South African Communist Party Alliance, the state all the way through the national, to the provincial, to the municipal, is rotten from the skin to the core. It is rotten from the head to the tail. And really, Suidlanders doesn't have to indulge in pointing fingers. You can find all of this out in the media, in any media half worth its salt. But we mention it because there is an implication for you. The implication is that the new South Africa Rainbow Nation narrative, as we know it, as it has been fed to us, the standard version of it, is untenable. It is not feasible. And there is no evidence to suggest that it may be becoming more feasible. On the contrary. Therefore, we Suidlanders must, as a legal, lawful, national emergency plan initiative, redouble our efforts to prepare to cope with what lies ahead of us and to position ourselves to face it correctly. Position ourselves to face it and react to it. Not merely prepare to cope with it, but to position ourselves to react and to respond and to deal with it as opposed to cope with it. This is certain. Thank you for watching this video. All of the best to you. Cheers. Bye-bye.